Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. We are coming from Anandashram, situated in Kerala state in South India. This ashram was founded in 1931 by our master Param Pujya Swami Ramdas, endearingly called by his devotees as Beloved Papa. Beloved Papa and Pujya Mataji, Mother Krishna Bai, who is the first and foremost disciple. They set up this ashram. At the time of inauguration of the ashram, Papa has spelt out the ideal of the ashram. 1931, 15th May 1931. He said, he never uses the word I. So he said, Ramdas has the supreme delight to speak to you today a few words at the inauguration of this holy ashram. The ideal which the ashram holds before it is universal love and service, based upon a vision of divinity in all beings and creatures of the world. Universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity in all beings and creatures of the world. Here, every man, woman or child, to whatever denomination, creed or caste the person may belong, shall have free access. This is a place where every effort will be made to cultivate the spirit of mutual love and service, so that what is realized within its walls may prove as an example for the right conduct of human life in the outside world. The Lord is our help and guide in all matters. May He with all His bounty shower His blessings on the great service which this home of love and bliss has undertaken to discharge. Expansiveness, For that He has given us a triune path. Nam, Seva, Dhyana. When he said based upon the vision of divinity, unless we go delve deep into it, it may not be very clear. What is meant by divinity? The common factor in all of us, which at the moment we are not aware, that is why we feel separate. So unless and until we try to deeply understand what is divinity, what is this common factor in all of us, we may not be able to expand ourselves. Universal love and service means expansion. There are so many methods to become aware of the divinity within us first and without. So first we try to understand something about this divinity. All of us feel that we owe our origin to our parents. It is true, they are the instrumental cause. But they can't be the ultimate cause because they were also born to their parents. They were also born to their parents. Up to 2 or 3 generations probably we may be able to get ourselves connected. Beyond that nobody will be able to. But at the same time we know without cause there cannot be effect. But our intellect pleads its inability to go beyond that. So we go to the Shastras. Just like when we were students in our mathematics class, probably when we were taken this algebra, some of you might remember, when the problem is given, we may not be able to find the answer, so the teacher says put X there. And finally you will come to know what X stands for. Similarly, we go to the Shastras, and in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he emphatically declares, the Lord emphatically declares, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the eternal seed of everything. Not only in this sloka, in 7 or 8 or 9 slokas, he keeps on repeating it. Gadir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrud Prabhava Pralayasthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. So many slokas. So he is the origin, X. The divinity is our origin. Papa used to describe this divinity as the subtle and mysterious power, not an entity. So we start exploring more and more details so that we will be able to a very great extent, we will be able to have the correct concept of the word divinity. So he is behind. When I was in the seed form in the mother's womb, now intellectually I come to know, I did not do anything. I had no role. I means the present me and mine in all of us. The one which makes you to feel that you are sitting, the one which makes you to look at, the one which makes you to hear, the one which makes you to know you are. No? Think about it. So that was not there. Sense of individuality was not there. The same interpretation can be extended to the vital force in us, the subtle and mysterious power in us. But at the moment we are not aware. We are so and so. We have got a personality, we have got a sense of individuality, we have got an image of ourselves. And this particular image or sense of individuality had absolutely no role. We did not plan. Today for the Satsang you would have planned, this time I should get into, I must travel this route. So like that there was nothing like that. So when I was in the form of a seed, this present I was not there. And then in the 9.5 months, when I was growing in my mother's womb, I was provided with 200 and odd organs, well set, well coordinated. Think about it. Whatever we have now, did we play any role in it? You have to think about it. And when I came out, I need basic things to exist, like air to breathe, water to drink, earth to exist, space to move about, the 98.4 degree to keep me alive. I need sun, rains, metals, minerals, gases, trees, fruits, vegetables, pulses. We have not brought anything. Before we came here, everything has been beautifully set up by the power which gave us this very life. Please think about it. And as I start growing, I need one by one creature comforts to make my life more and more comfortable. Did I do anything? Now we are sitting in this building. When there was no building in the world, somebody conceived, When there was no specs in the world, when there was no dress in the world, when there was no brush, paste, soap, wash basin, commode in the world, when there was no eatable, the prepared eatables in the world, dosha, idli, so many things, bread, somebody conceived, when there was no language in the world, how are we communicating? Yet he says it should strike to somebody, Think about it. So we try to go to the origin of everything, which makes our life comfortable. We are not the provider. We have been provided with by that power through his selected instruments, by a process of discovery, invention, innovation. Suddenly I realize I am what I am because of the factors other than me. Please think over. This is the first intellectual. Then we have to slowly make it an experiential phenomenon. We are trying to understand the word divinity. So the power who gave me life, the power who gave me these 200 odd body organs, the power who provided Mother Nature and society to take care of the basic requirements as well as my comfortable life. I have not done anything. He has been the provider. That power, who is there in everybody, who is in everything. So Papa asks us to look. This is called the divinity. So only when I try to identify, not intellectually understand, to experientially go through that, I will be able to know the common denominator in anything and everything. The moment I identify the common factor in everybody, I will start even when anything that I say, it is because of him provided through his creation. We also realize that power did not give anything direct to us. It is given to us only through his creation. So the entire creation is an expression of him. When I start realizing it, the predominance of me and mine will get reduced, and to that extent we will be able to expand ourselves, which is called this universal love and service. I have to pay back, So whatever I do, it is a payback to him. These are all theories. Now this truth, how can it become practical in my life? So he gave us a triune path. Nam, Seva, Dhyana. We give a name to this subtle and mysterious power, this common factor, God, and try to repeat the name so that we will be able to remember him. Only by remembering the common factor, the divinity in all of us, we will be able to expand. So remembrance is important. So chanting is one of the methods by which we try to remember him. Of the three, Nam, Seva, Dhyana, most crucial is Nama chanting. Why, If with the right perspective, if we start chanting, during the rest of the factors, like with Seva and Dhyana, whenever I go off the track, it will pull me up. Any name of God that is suitable for us. But at the time of chanting, initially we may not. We will go along with the tune, along with the something inexplicable is there while we chant. We all enjoy. But after the chanting is over, we are back to square one. No, that should not be. So the right perspective has to go along with the chanting. nobody will be able to chant throughout their waking state. Because he has also given us family, profession, society. So how do I keep up the remembrance during the non-chanting time? So here Papa answers, our outer activity should be compatible with inner aspiration. Outer activities at the family level, at the professional level, at the social level. Whatever I act, it should be in line with, in conformity with the inner aspiration. Inner aspiration is to remember him. So how do I make it? Whenever I handle anything, at home, in the field of profession, with friends, we should try to bring in a touch of love. Anything, right from the minutest to the grossest. A touch of love. A touch of perfection. Even when we are washing our glass, our plate, even when we are dusting or sweeping, even we are handling a small thing, a gem clip, our chappal, our socks, our dress, even a soap, even the paste, the brush, even the wash basin, even the commode. Everything should be done perfectly. Because we start now understanding slowly, when there is no brush in the world, you made somebody to think about brush and gave it to us. When there is no paste in the world, you did so. When there is no soap in the world, when there is no pen in the world, when there is no commode in the world, every article, every creature comfort becomes an object of worship, an object of adoration, an object of, we will find, with an attitude of gratitude. We did not bring anything. We have to keep on hammering. This is the only way by which the dominance of me and mine can be reduced. So far it has been arrogating, knowingly or unknowingly. But the dominance can be subdued only through recognizing the truth before us. Whenever I handle anything, so touch of love, touch of perfection, touch of gratitude, and touch of dedication. Arpanam. When we offer our flowers to the deity or a guru, what sort of attitude we will have? We will not throw it. We will only give this. The same attitude should be maintained in all our non-chanting time. We may fail, we may forget in the initial stage. But while Nama chanting, if all these things are there, the Nama will pull you up. Hey, what are you talking? What did you do now? What did you think now? So the Nama chanting has to be done with all intensity so that it will serve as a watchman. So whenever we go off the track, it will immediately pull us. So Papa's emphasis was greatly on Nama with the right perspective. The Nama stands for what? That he was very clear. Right from the beginning he was clear. That is why many of us, when we started, we enjoy it. But after the session is over, we are back to square one, no? The me and mine remains untouched, unaffected, continues to have its own say on all our thoughts, words and deeds. This is very important for us. Nothing will go in vain. Whatever we have done will never go in vain. It will not now help us. Previously we were not aware, but he gave us an opportunity to chant, to enjoy, even during the short time. That is also necessary. But now we will try to eke out the maximum benefit from chanting. That is why he used to mention that even the period ever so small, you keep on chanting. To remember him, Chanting is not for chanting. Chanting is for remembering him, that we should keep on hammering. So during the non-chanting time, we will try to bring in a touch of love, touch of perfection, touch of gratitude, touch of dedication. So that none of our action will be slipshod, half-hearted, irregular. Knowingly we will recognize everything. So that is the first and foremost thing. When you open the tap, when you close the tap. When we rush to the washroom and use the commode, immediately after that we clean it, If you are not there, how will I ease myself? We need not tom-tom, we need not talk to anybody, but this attitude should well up in our heart. So that nothing is irrelevant, nothing is unimportant, nothing is insignificant. Because everything has come from him. One more thing we forgot to tell. All the creature comforts have come from primordial intelligence. When there is no specs, for example, there is no specs at all in the whole world. But somebody should give an idea, no? When there is no dress, first primordial. There is paddy, It's a gift of Mother Nature. But somebody must be prompted to look into it with a probing nature. And that made him to remove the husk. And the rice came out of it. And he boiled it. We started using rice. And grinding it, powdering it, we started using it. Again, the first concept of dosha, idli, so many things what we are eating. So the first, whatever we are enjoying it, the primordial, first intelligence. So Bhagavan describes himself, Bijam mam sarvabhutanam viddhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhivadamasmi. I am the intelligence of the intellect. So every creature comfort we are enjoying now, whether it is a muffler, whether it is a shirt, whether it is a sofa, whether it is a light, whether it is anything. We can handle, we can enjoy, but let us also try to connect ourselves. From him only the entire thing has started. Whenever we handle, whenever we produce, whenever we manufacture, there are three causes. One is the material cause, then the instrumental cause, and then the efficient cause. Here, though they are all different when we handle it, here, for him, all these things are his. Material cause is he, instrumental cause is he, efficient cause is he. So whenever we handle, when we say touch of love, this will come only when this gets rooted in us. When there is no socks in the world, he made somebody to think about socks. That's why I am wearing it. So unknowingly or unknowingly get myself connected with the great provider, who has provided, who has been providing. So this is called Seva. When we start practicing this Nama and Seva, Nama to remember him, Seva is to translate into our daily activities. In these three tiers, please, these are the three tiers through which we express ourselves. Morning when we get up, we identify with our family. When we go to the field of profession, we identify ourselves with a professional. Then in the evening we have the friends, Sunday, Saturday, something like that, weekends. So in these 3 tiers, we should be able to bring it. So that means it is a full-time affair. It is not a part-time affair. Initially we start bringing these ideas when we go to an ashram, when we go to a temple, and then we are back to square one. But here it is not now. When I have been asked to bring out this dimension, keep this dimension behind all my thought, behind all my words, behind all my deeds, there is absolutely no difference in the field at all. That is why Papa used to maintain that there is no divide between mundane and spiritual. Absolutely, he has demolished the divide. Because this God element is there in us, factor is there in us, whether I am a family being or a professional being or a social being or a personal being. He is very much there equally, in entirety and perfection. This is the word he used. Not that he is more in somebody, less in somebody, no. He is equal in everybody. Only the revelation changes. People who have realized that he is within, they are called saints. The other people, so all the content is 100% equal in everybody. Only the degree of revelation changes. The more I become aware of him, the more expansive my activities will be, my thinking will be. The me and mine will get reduced. These are all the outer signs. So when we try to do this Nama and Seva with this attitude, the mind becomes relatively calm and quiet, fit for taking ourselves in to identify his presence, to feel his presence, to become aware of his presence. Dhyana. There also he has given us clues. When I close my eyes, so many thoughts rush in. So immediately I take to mental chanting. In chanting there are 3 types. One is vocal. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Any name, it can be any name. This is vocal chanting. Here we have been asked to become aware of the chanting, knowingly chant, otherwise the mind will go here and there. We are chanting the name of one who is within us, who is making me to chant. Then as we keep on concentrating upon this, the dissimilar thought currents get arrested as it were, and we will be able to progress. The next stage is silent chanting, where the sound will not come, but lip and tongue will move. Here also we should be hearing our own chanting. A little more subtler, little more focused, little more concentrated. When we practice this, the final graduation comes, which is called mental chanting, where the sound will not come, lip and tongue will not move, but you will chant, you will hear. Initially it will be very difficult, but by practice, abhyas, regular practice, we will be able to train our mind, and one day, by his grace, he will make us realize that the chanting is going on. Who knows that the chanting is going on, and who is chanting? Chanting stops. The chanting is being witnessed. The chanting is being heard. Boom. it might be for a trice. Again, no, another thought may come. But he has he has shown the password now to open. We peep into it, then again come back. Okay. So by regular practice, consistent, persistent, persevering attitude, we have been promised by all Mahatmas that slowly, gradually, we will get grounded in it. This is called Dhyana. We get a glimpse of our original nature, core of our being, because of which now the words are coming out, because of which the seeing is going on, hearing is going on. Previously the me and mind was identifying and holding it. Now slowly the me and mind gets replaced with the core of being. So this is called Dhyana. Nam, Seva, Dhyana. As we keep on progressing, Papa clearly says that the expansion takes place at all levels. From the outer standpoint, all values, human values, spiritual values, social values, everything come out, emerge by one. Not that we are learning and bringing. That is the outcome of this whole process. Because when the me and mind gets reduced, automatically all other things come out, values. So that it will end in universal love and universal service. We try to develop absence of otherness gradually, not in one go at all, because the dominance of me and mind is so powerful that it will not leave, especially to this body. Even if we are in a position to expand to a very great extent, still our entire thing is centered on our body, because we are embodied self. So it's an uphill task. But they have all assured us that we will be able to gradually scale the heights and become aware of this common factor in all of us. So that is what is called the vision of divinity. So universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity. And for that purpose, the ashram has been set up. Those who come to know by word of mouth, there is no other medium. People start hearing about it, somebody telling, and then they come there. When they come there, Papa again says, mutual love and service. This is a place, it's a laboratory, you can say it. He says, this is a place where every effort will be made to cultivate the spirit of mutual love and service. Because in your own place it may be difficult for you initially, because you are preoccupied with so many duties, responsibilities, challenges. On many things you have no hold, We drive the vehicle, somebody immediately comes from the wrong side, not because of your fault. It's a challenge. How do we maintain our equanimity there? Do we shout? Do we blame? Do we complain? Do we grumble? So in ashram, the ambience is such that we can try experiment this, the spirit of mutual love and service. So not only that he gave us a theory, but he has also given us a field to try. We may fail because we carry a mind which has got all these, baggage. Strong me and mind. Me and mind means what? My rights and wrongs, my likes and dislikes, my preferences, my priorities, my cravings, my infatuations, my desires, my ambition, My sense of insecurity, my sense of pride, status, power, all these put together is called the me and mine. So there will be resistance. But with this, we keep on hammering this. I am what I am because of the factors other than me. Anything and everything. So in ashram, for a temporary period, suppose you are going there and staying for 2 or 3 or 4 days, you are completely relieved from all this. You are provided with accommodation. You are provided with food. You don't have anything to do. Of course, nowadays you have to switch off your mobile, that's all. Otherwise, you are at yourself. Nobody will bother anything. So you can try experiment, That is why he said, this is a place where every effort will be made to cultivate the spirit of mutual love and service, so that what is realized within its walls may prove as an example for the right conduct of human life in the outside world. Just like we go for an orientation course, we try to assimilate and absorb what has been imparted to us, so that when we come out of it, we will try, in our own way. Mataji puts it bluntly there. Ashram is a school where you have come to learn universal love and service. And of course, Mataji, though she scaled the heights, she is also an earthly mother to everybody. So she will scold whenever she finds anybody is not rising up to that expectation. So she said in that particular article, which school will allow you to come and sit for some time and go there without writing a single examination? That means we go there, we say wonderful, it is Buloga Vaigundam, we praise and we come back. We don't enter into the ashram. Physically we are entering, but we are not entering it through with the ideal. So here, that is why the mutual love is very important, so that what is realized within its wall, so it is not for a retreat you are going, it is not for a holidaying, it is not for anything else. But you are trying to put yourself in that experiment for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days, where you will try to imbibe all these things, try in your own way, and then come out of it, and wherever you are, at the family level, professional level, social level, you will try to implement the mutual love and service. Mutual love and service among the family members, among our colleagues and bosses, among our customers, among our friends. So that is the third aspect. And then, most important and vital aspect is, the Lord is our help and guide in all matters. The moment we think that we owe everything to Him, slowly, not 1%, not 2%, not 3%, like that, it will get. It will slowly percolate into our mind. That He is there, He has been there, He is taking care of me. I am what I am because of Him. I have come to this world because of Him. And He has provided everything to me. So naturally, when He has given me, assigned me a life, He knows how to do it. That slowly we try. The Lord is our help and guide in all matters. Reliance on God totally. 92 years the ashram is being run based on this only. Ashram does not plan, ashram does not mobilize, ashram does not have any project. But whatever project is to be done, it comes up, it has its own way of functioning. May He with all His bounty shower His blessings on the great service which this home of love and bliss has undertaken to discharge. So the last line is also very important. So when we go to ashram, people who are staying there like us and the visiting devotees, they must keep on remembering that this is a home of love and bliss. So this will enable us to become more and more refined, more and more fit to become qualified as Bhagavan's devotee, Bhagavan's children. People, when they happen to hear about it, they go there, they come there, stay for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days. They derive in their own way, and later on, they will be motivated to go deep into Papa's philosophy and then try to slowly move toward the ideal for which they have been drawn. So this is what for the ashram stands for, this ideal, and the founder, Papa and Mataji, both of them have joined the set up this ashram. Papa was also a grihastha. He was also employed, he was in business. But at his 37th year, God slowly started revealing the purpose for which he has been sent here, by subjecting him to go through severest testing, trying, adverse circumstances. Everything was moving from bad to worse in our language. God has to do that, to bring out. He has got a mission to perform. So from 1920 to 1922, in 1920 he was 36 years old. He had a wife and a daughter. He was having this dyeing business, saris. So initially it was going well. Slowly the decline started and ended with mounting liabilities, unable to move forward. And at home, Mrs. was down with rheumatic problem. She was orthodox in her outlook. He was progressive in his outlook. So at no place he could find peace. He was passing through terrible stress at that time. We are connecting up this, not that he has told. He has mentioned in one of his articles that when he happened to meet Mahatma Gandhi, in Bangalore for the first time, then we checked up with Google Baba. Google Baba said it was in 1920. In a police maidan there, where according to Google Baba, the 10,000 people, more than 10,000 people had assembled there. Gandhiji was coming from Kerala. On those days there was no Kerala. So, but now we can say from Kerala, he was going towards north. So there was a meeting and Papa's name was Vittal Rao. Vittal Rao was one among the participants. So Papa had written, that was the first spiritual touch he had. An inexplicable feeling welled up in his heart. And Gandhiji was a votary of Ram Nam. And his Ram stood for the subtle and mysterious power not limited to Lord Ramchandra Murti of Ayodhya. The power in Lord Ramchandra Murti also. So he was chanting Ram, 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 Ram. Papa started chanting Ram, 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 Ram. He switched over to Qadar, started spinning, started reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Light of Asia, New Testament, and Gandhiji's article, Young India, Ethical Religion. So after that, he started chanting Ram, 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 Ram. And he was trying to, because it was not merely chanting, he was getting more and more clarity as to whose name he was chanting, why he was chanting, what is he expected to. Everything was becoming clearer and clearer. And then he got himself stabilized in 2 years' time. Then, in order that he spends more and more time, he started withdrawing himself from various comfort zones. Bed was replaced by a mat. Instead of so many things, one upper cloth and one dhoti. food initially 2 times, reduced to 1 time that was only boiled potatoes with no salt, and maximum time on chanting and remembering. And he was slowly getting some inexplicable pleasant feeling, free from all stress, though outwardly the stress continued to be. At that time, God also finally tested him in the form of a friend coming there and telling him, I will take over your sick unit. Immediately Papa says, you will also sink along with it. But he said, don't worry about it. He stepped in and he told Papa, you take charge of the production. Finance and administration I will take over. So he took over. Normally, if I and you were there, we would have been satisfied. God has helped me. So I will continue with that. But Papa knew this is only transient. I want that which always stays with me. So he was not tempted at all. Though he joined, he continued to work for some time. This was very clear. The ideal was very clear. To finally hand over lock, stock and barrel to the Almighty. That means the vestige of me and mine is completely erased. That is the one I have to reach. He was very clear about it. And on the December 1922, he was motivated to leave everything and go. The first Parivraja Yatra, itinerant Yatra, where 100% reliance on God is there. Because when you are, even if you are staying in a particular place, in ashram or everywhere, there is an umbrella there to protect, so many people will be carrying you. So God wanted him to see him everywhere. For that he was motivated to leave everything. And Vittal Rao started his journey. And on the second day he reached, mysteriously he was led to Srirangam, where the prompting came for him to suddenly change the clothes, hand it over to Mother Kaveri and put on this ochre robe and named himself as the Das of Ram. That is how he is Ramdas, the Chela of Ram, the servant of Ram. Then he was there 100%. God put him on various tests and he came out. Whatever we have seen as a Siddha Prajna in the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, whatever we have heard about surrender, Ananya Siddhayanto Mam, Paritranaya Sadhunam, all those things we have heard many a times, all those things became a reality in his life. And then he came back. He was still, again, he was motivated to go out. And afterwards, his brother told him, okay, you don't want to be with the family, but I will put a small kutia in a place called Kasargod on the banks of a river where he was staying. Absolutely in a blissful state. This word got around that here is a blissful Swami who had come. So people started slowly going there. At that time, God also put one more drama. Mother Krishna Bai, she was, her husband, she got married at her 13th year, and then she had 2 children, very loving husband. They were all in Mumbai. Lakshman Rao by name. She was carrying the 3rd. So at that time, the only mode of transport was steamer. Her mother's place was in Bhatkal. So she was telling when the 7th month or something like that, 7th or 8th month, she said, I will go home, I will go home. So the husband said, don't go now, you can go later, you can go later. She insisted, so he also said, you will regret. She did not give much importance. In her anxiety to join her mother, she left. Of course, he saw him off, he arranged everything. After 15 days or 1 month, suddenly he fell sick. So it's the only communication was telegram. Telegram was sent. So he asked whether Krishnabai has come. When she received, probably she would not have given much importance, because for a fever or something to go all the way again to Mumbai and then again come for delivery. So she did not think of rushing up. Again, he became critical and he passed away. Even at that time, he asked whether Krishnabai has come. So another telegram came. When the news came, mother was shattered. In spite of the fact that he warned me, I was not there at the last moment. She wanted to end her life. She tried. And then her brother, husband's brother and family, they were so close, so affectionate, like their own sister. So they were taking her from place to place, and he was transferred. He was a doctor. He got transferred to Kasaragod, and the news came that there is a blissful Swami here. So the doctor thought, if I take Krishnabai there, she might find some relief. So they all came. The moment Mataji saw Papa, suddenly, intuitively, she felt, he is my mother, father, guru. The transformation started taking place. From next day onwards, she started regularly visiting. He praised before Papa, her then state of mind. Papa initiated with their holy and all-powerful Ramnam and put her on severe test to erase this me and mine. And in 2 years' time, he himself says, Sputnik speed, she was able to raise herself from the me and mine level and reach the summit. And then again, one more incident God caused, by which they had to leave Kasaragod. And finally, on 15th May 1931, the present Anandashram was set up. And right from day one, it has been Mataji only who planned everything, who set up everything. So Papa used to say she is the Adhisthana Devata. Even today, whatever that is going on, it is all fixed by Pujya Mataji only. And in 1949, Pujya Swami Sachidanandaji, who was known as Anandashram then, he was also passing through severest conflicts. The conflict was, he was unable to go along with the common run of life. What is common run of life? Getting educated, getting a placement, getting married, rear children, bring them up. That is how the common run of life. He couldn't go along with that. But he did not know the alternative. He was passing through severest mental stress. And somehow God prompted him to get in touch with Papa. And he came to Papa. And in 1949, initially he came there. He told Papa what his mental state was. Papa initiated him with Ramnam and then told him, if you get any doubt, take it that you have not chanted the Nama properly. So whenever any problem comes, he has to go deep into it and then find an answer. And finally, he was again made to go through severe tests. On 1949, he joined Anandashram, served Papa for 14 years, served Mataji for 40 years, and then succeeded when Mataji dropped the body. So they are the three. These, when we think about a blissful state, what comes before us is Papa. When we think about absence of otherness, love absolute, Pujya Mataji Krishnabai. When we think about humility, utter humility, self-effacement, Pujya Swami Sachidanandaji. They are the three guiding masters. And still they continue to inspire people, and they are running the ashram, though they have physically dropped their bodies. This is in a nutshell about Anandashram. Anandashram purely relies on God and God alone. It doesn't mean that there is no other activity. So many activities are going on. Whatever love offering comes which by itself, minus the ashram expenditure, goes back to the various segment of the society who need it for various purposes. It's all silently going on. Right from morning 5 o'clock till 1 o'clock, there is a program going on in the main shrine, which we call as Bhajan Hall. And Papa dropped the body in 1963, Pujya Mataji in 1989, Pujya Swamiji in 2008. There are 3 Samadhi Mandir. They are morning 6 to evening 6. Half an hour gents, half an hour ladies. They keep on chanting God's name and do pradakshina. There is another hall called Maun Mandir, where anybody can go and try inward journey. Not necessarily that they should go there. It is provided. In the Maun Mandir, there are so many posters, words of Beloved Papa. There are books there. Anybody who would like to sit there or sit anywhere, try in their own method. That is also provided. So these are all something which we would request all of you, whenever you plan to come to India, do come to ashram. Kindly inform us. He will be able to give you the email address. We will also give some books. All of you are welcome. A few words about Guru, the relevance of a Guru. We started with the ideal of the ashram. How did we come to know? Right from our childhood, there has been so many teachers. We were not naming them as gurus. Our mother, father, elders, then when you go to the school, the teacher, the college, everywhere there is Guru. Anything which is introduced to us is by a Guru. And that is why we have been able to lead a peaceful life, comfortable life so far. So Guru is there right from the day on which I started knowing myself. But there is a speciality for a spiritual preceptor. All other gurus, they try to give us something about how to make our life comfortable. But it is the spiritual preceptor who makes us to become aware of who really we are, how we have come, why we have come. So when we are drawn, because they were also human beings like us, but in some cases, intuitively they felt the urge to know their origin, or they must have been inspired by some other Guru. In Papa's case, in Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's case, so many saints, apparently we will not see any Guru. Though Papa clearly mentions in one of his articles, though Ramdas was relying on Guru within, God within, still his father initiated him with the mantra. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Later on, Papa added Om. So he considers his father as the first Guru. Then during his itinerant yatra, he had the darshan of Bhagavan Ramana at Tiruvannamalai. So he says the second Guru is the one who awakened him. And at the end of the yatra, he was mysteriously taken to Siddharur Mutt in Hubli. He said she did the finishing. So the spiritual preceptors play a dominant role. They are the awakeners. If we don't have spiritual preceptors, how will we know about all these sublime fundamental truths? We can call them as spiritual scientists. There are 2 types of science, material science and spiritual science. Scientists have definitely helped us or have been helping us in improving our standard of living. Spiritual scientists help us in improving our standard of life, quality. Both should go hand in hand. Papa maintains. They are the two sides of the same coin. Nobody is to be belittled. Before an invention or a discovery or an innovation takes place, there is an individual first, And that individual is consisted of, or is mainly because of the spirit behind it, the Atman, the God factor. So spiritual aspect is relevant. Then he comes out and sees the matter. Matter has also been provided by the same power. And the same power also gives the intelligence. Water is there right from the beginning. But he made somebody to think deep about it, and then he declared it is H2O. It is not that by having known H2O, water was there. Everything is provided. Basic raw materials have been provided by and by permutation combination formula. Scientists, they try to bring out so many creature comfort. That is why we are all enjoying. So spiritual science and material science both are absolutely important. Nothing to be belittled upon. Both of them are the two sides of the same coin. That is why Papa does not, in the initial stage we said, he demolished the barrier between mundane and spiritual. So this is because they were able to scale the heights. So the role of the spiritual preceptor in our life is very, 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 very important. Any teacher is important, but more important, first among the equals, we can say. All are equal, agreed. But first among the equal is spiritual preceptor. Outer productive efficiency is needed, but inner character efficiency is also needed. So a material science gives us to improve the outer productive efficiency. Spiritual science enables us to improve the character efficiency. So the relevance of Guru is very important, but care should be taken to see. Initially we are inspired by a Guru, but we should not get stuck. Papa clearly wants. A stage will come when we will realize, we will be able to understand their words, that God and Guru are one. And it is the inner Guru who prompts us to identify the outer Guru. So the inner Guru prompts us unknowingly. We don't know that. We just happen to hear about somebody, we happen to see about somebody, we happen to hear about the anubhava, the experience of somebody, then we try to get connected and we get inspired. But do we actually go through his teachings, words of wisdom? We unknowingly limit ourselves to his form. Papa here clearly wants us. He even goes to the extent of telling, don't be with the Guru, outer Guru, for a longer time. You go there, draw inspiration, go back. Because later on you will start seeing. Initially you are inspired with so many things. Then you are seeing as an individual. An individual there will be a lot of areas where we agree, we don't agree. So the whole purpose of going there will be lost. So suppose we go there, we go to the doctor, consult and come back. We don't stay with the doctor. So similarly, because he may be prescribing some medicine to another doctor, why he has not given me, all these things come. My faith in the doctor gets slowly, in so many ways. So you go there, be there and then come back. That means he is warning us, our relationship with the Guru should be on the spiritual plane, not on the physical plane. Whatever he has given us from his own experience, we try to imbibe, we try to assimilate, absorb, and then try to translate into our very life. Every word of them is a source of perennial inspiration. In this connection, we would like to probably you would have heard, but still we thought it would be relevant. the Nama chanting, you know. How should we chant? Everybody can understand Tamil, no? Mostly. So, Haridas Giri Maharaj, in one of his Sampradaya Bhajan program, has beautifully brought out what should be the mental attitude while chanting, so that we will know, how the spiritual preceptor conveys this to us in a most understandable way. Simple language, very simple language. Volume. நாமாவளி சொல்லும் போது என்னமோன்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது.
நீ இருக்கேன்னு நான் நம்புறேன்.
நீ இருக்கேன்னு நான் நம்புறேன். உனக்கும் எனக்கும்
எனக்கு ஒரு தொடர்பு இருக்குன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும். இல்லாட்டி நான் ஒன்னு நினைப்பேன்.
நான் ஒன்னு நினைப்பேன். நீ தான் என்ன நினைப்பியா?
நீ தான் என்ன படைப்பியா?
படைப்பியா?
என்ன காரணத்தினால நீ என்ன படைச்ச எனக்கு தெரியல.
என்ன காரணத்தினால நீ என்ன படைச்ச எனக்கு தெரியாது.
காரணம் கொண்டு நான் பிறந்தேன் அதுவும் எனக்கு தெரியல.
எந்த காரணம்
கொண்டு நான் பிறந்தேன் அதுவும் எனக்கு தெரியாது.
இது மாயேன்னு எல்லாரும் சொல்றா.
எல்லாரும் இது மாயே சொல்றா, அதுவும் எனக்கு புரியாது.
இது எவ்வளவு நாள் சாஸ்வதம் அதுவும் தெரியல.
இது எவ்வளவு நாள் சாஸ்வதம் அதுவும் எனக்கு புரியாது.
உன்னை நினைக்கிற போது இந்த உலக விஷயங்கள் தான் எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வருதே தவிர எனக்கு உன்னை தொடர்பு நடந்தது.
உன்னை நினைக்கும் போது இந்த உலக விஷயங்கள் தான் ஞாபகம் வர்றதை தவிர உனக்கும் எனக்கும் உள்ள சம்பந்தம் வர்றதில்லை.
சம்சாரம் வாசனா பண்றீங்களா? உன்னை பிரார்த்தனை பண்ற போது நான் நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு வேண்டிக்கிறேன்.
என்ன ஒன்னு நினைக்கும் போது நான் நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். என் குழந்தை விட்டு நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
என் குடும்பம் நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். என் குழந்தை குட்டிக்கு நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இதெல்லாம் ஸ்திரமில்லைன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும்.
இதெல்லாம் சாஸ்வதம் இல்லைன்னு தெரியும் எனக்கு.
இருந்தாலும்
என்னமோ அந்த மறைக்கிறது.
ஒரு நாளைக்கு நான் போகத்தான் போறேன். எங்க அப்பா இருந்தா போயிட்டான்.
நான் போகத்தான் போறேன்.
நானும் போகத்தான் போறேன். எங்க அப்பா அம்மா போயாச்சு, பாட்டா பாட்டி போயாச்சு. அவெல்லாம் போகும்போது முண்டியாத்தானே போனா, நானும் முண்டியாத்தான் போக போறேன். ஆனா
நானும் போகத்தான் போறேன். அவெல்லாம் போற போது யாராவது பின்னால போறாங்க. நானும் ஒரு நாளைக்கு போவேன். என் கூட ஆறு வருவா கிருஷ்ணா.
என் கூட ஆறு வருவா கிருஷ்ணா. சாஸ்வதம் இல்லை தெரியாது. உன்னோடு நான் இணைய வேண்டும். அந்த கடைசி இடத்துல பகவத்கீதையில வரும். அது கடைசி காலத்துல நீ கையை கொடுத்து என்ன கூட்டு போன முடியா. இந்த 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 பாவனையோட நாம சொல்லுவோம் சொல்றாரு. அது இல்லையா? அது இங்கிலீஷ் வேணா இருக்கு. According to Swami Haridas Giri Maharaj, chanting of God's name should not be done in a casual way. Rather, it has to be rendered with utmost shraddha and bhakti. He exhorts us to submit totally to the divine during chanting, while keeping the following dimensions in our heart. O Lord, I honestly believe that you are the only eternal reality. I honestly believe that there is an unbreakable connection between you and me. Why will I remember you? How will you remember me? I don't know for what reason you created me or why I was born either. Though everybody says that everything happens due to Maya, I don't know anything about Maya. I don't know how long this will last. When I try to remember you, only worldly thoughts well up in my mind again and again, and the connection between you and me is lost. When I pray to you, what dominates my thoughts is the welfare of me and mine, kith and kin. I know that all these are impermanent. Yet, something makes me forget this reality. என்னமோ மறக்கிறது. I cannot fathom why this happens to me. When my father and all other family members left this world, I know that no one followed them. So I also know that one day I too will have to leave this world. I now realize that nothing is permanent. And you are the only everlasting one. I should therefore be one with you. So before I leave this body, you should bless me with your vision and hold my hand to take me unto you. ഇതൊക്കെ இந்த സ്പിരിച്വൽ പ്രിസെപ്റ്ററാണ് ചുമ്മാ சொல்றதല്ല. அவரே கடைசியிலே தன்னோட பாடியே கங்கா மாத திரிஞ்சுண்டு கொடுத்தாருவா. அந்த நிலைமையில போயிருக்காவா. அந்த வேலை முடிஞ்சாச்சு. வினோபாஜி அப்படிதான் பண்ணார். வினோபாஜி உங்களுக்கு தெரியுமோ தெரியாது. வினோபா பாவேந்தர் பெரிய காந்திஜியோடு அருமை சிஷ்யன் தான். அவரும் அப்படிதான். கடைசியில உடம்பு சரியில்லாம வந்து ஹார்ட் அட்டாக்னு சொன்ன டாக்டர் அவரும் சாப்பிட மாட்டார், மருந்து சாப்பிட மாட்டார். அப்ப சொன்ன யூ ஹேவ் டு பி அட்மிட்டட் சொன்னா. இந்திரா காந்தி பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் இருந்தா. ஷி ரஷ்ட் அப் ஃப்ரம் டெல்லி, பட் ஹி ரெஃப்யூஸ்ட். He went there and laid himself on a cement raised platform is there in that ashram. Nothing, not even a mat. And he told them no medicine, no food, no water. And he was chanting Ram Hari. That was the mantra they have. Kayyar Jornved, Kalalu, Ram Hari, Ram Hari. And seventh day he dropped the body. So that means, it is not hearing or something. They have lived the life, spiritual life. So that is why we revere all this. India is the land of saints. In every state, in every nook and corner, you will find some legacy of some saints. Mostly in almost all houses, you will find one photo of any saint, So that is the power of saints. Even after they drop the body, they continue to inspire, they continue to guide people who are made to connect themselves with them, even after dropping the body. So, Guru is very important for all of us. Revering the Guru is very important for all of us. Remembering our Guru, because it is he who gave us the direction of what our ultimate aim of our life should be. Though it doesn't mean we are belittling anybody, but at the same time, spiritual preceptor has got he is first among the equals in our life. So we revere them, but care should be taken to see that we don't get stuck with their form. Yesterday we were sharing with our friends. We have time? 12:20. One day, devotees from Chennai, they came to Papa during when Papa was in body. In Panchavadi we say, the first area where Papa will sit for some time with the devotees. So these Chennai people reported an incident. They used to conduct Satsang every week or every 15 days. And the program includes Ram Nam chanting, bhajan, and reading of Papa's books or something like that. So one day, the person who used to lead Ram Nam and bhajan, he was absent. So another person also who was capable of doing it, he was there. So the host requested him, you please lead the bhajan. So every time they place only Papa Mataji's photo. So he told them, unless you put a photo of any god, I cannot do this. So he searched. There was an Anandashram calendar where God Muruga's photo was there. So he took it and placed it there. Bhajan continued, Ramnam continued, everything continued. At the end of the program, this person got up and told him, I did not want to wound your feelings. That is my custom. So So these people were explaining to Papa, certain people see God only in photos. So Papa immediately asked, what did you do? You put Papa Mataji's photo, he wanted another photo. What is the difference? Then he added, this is very important for all of us. Whereas Papa Mataji is in everybody, God is in everybody, you are in everybody. You saw him, you say that they saw him, but what are you doing? You are also doing that. Whereas you should have seen Papa Mataji in everybody, you should have seen God in everybody, you should have seen yourself in everybody. And one more word he added. It is really a food for thought, but unless we go deep into it, we may not be able to derive the maximum benefit. The sense of otherness. Me and my gurus, otherness is there, no? Sets limit to the illimitable. So beyond certain stage, the spiritual preceptor asks us to transcend him also. It is that power that has come in the form of a spiritual preceptor, and after job is done, he is also receding. And we become totally that. That is the real mission of spirit. That is why they are called awakeners. No? Gurus are called awakeners. They are awakening the spirit within us. Nobody else has done the job. So that is why everybody remembers. They would not have realized the basic truth, basic words of wisdom, but still they know something is there, they get aligned. But the same Guru says, because Papa used to mention about this, that God and Guru are not different. So the inner Guru guides us to the outer Guru, also his form. And the outer Guru tells you to look within and find. We are not aware of this, that's all. When he says, we still look at him, we adore him, we stop, we get stuck there. We don't move forward. But we have to go within their wisdom, words of wisdom. Go within, go within, go within. So this also has to be borne in mind while revering the Guru. So of all the Gurus, of all the teachers, our spiritual preceptor is first among the equals. And we should always remember him. His life and mission is the open text for us always to derive the needed inspiration. Just go through his soul. Papa has written the first book called In Quest of God. Just last December, we had the centenary of Papa's sannyas. So we all tried to make an in-depth study of this book. When you see it, apparently you will see it as a narrative of a sadhaka. But when we started going deep into it, we came to know that it is a manual for our life. Every time when we are confronted with various situations, challenges, duties, commitments, and we find difficult to get answers, we go there. It is not a textual revelation, it is an experiential revelation. So that is why it has got so much of weight. So Papa guides us and then Papa makes us to go within. Then Papa is always with us. The Guru is always with us. Whether he is in the body or out of the body, he is always with us, guiding us. So whenever we are in doubt, we close our eyes and refer to him. Through his teachings, he gives us the answer. These are all some of the thoughts. We can give lectures on Guru. Everybody. There is a beautiful quotation of Papa which will make us know ultimately that everybody is a Guru. The world we live in is a school in which observation and experience offer us immense possibilities for self-improvement. Nay, the world itself is Guru or God. The world we live in is a school in which observation and experience offer us immense possibilities for self-improvement. Nay, the world itself is Guru or God. Provided, we look at it with that. When we see a tree and we see the old leaves have been dropped, immediately you think for a while. It was not a old leaf. There was a tender leaf, It started drawing whatever is needed from the stem, and then as it started growing, it started drawing the energy from sun, from the air, from the water, everything, and then pass it on to the stem. And after its mission is over, it got dropped. My life is like this. Initially, he takes care of me, and then whatever facility he has offered, I give back. And when the time comes, I get dropped. So like that, each and everything, even in a fruition, everything, it teaches. So with that perspective, we should go. Mataji has written in Talks of Gita, the whole world is the book of God. And in every page, his name is written. That means every creation has the stamp of his name. That is why we said handle it with love, with perfection, with dedication, with gratitude. Everywhere. So nothing is unimportant, nothing is insignificant, nothing is irrelevant. So all these thoughts will help us. Not that we have to run away from any field. No field is taboo. He gives you a family life, he gives you a professional life, he gives you a social life. And people like us, they give us a personal life. That's all. And everything has been provided. Everything has got a place in the scheme of things. A saint is born. A scientist is born to a parent, Grihastha. That is why Grihastha is supposed to be the preeminent ashram. A saint does not come straight from the sky. He is also born to a parent. Scientists also born to a parent. Both of them take care of our life. Standard of life, standard of living. So no field is taboo. Wherever we are, the only price tag is we should remember him. That's all. By any means, we should know we are here because of him, because of him, because of him. If that is there, we are leading a spiritual life in the mundane life. So we pray to the Almighty Lord of the universe, who is within us, who is in everybody, who is everything, to dwell more and more on this vital, fundamental truth and lead us our life in such a way that we become aware that He is behind our every word, every thought, every deed. Very, very happy to be in the midst of you all and to share these words. Hari Om.